evening. Thanks for joining us tonight for Shop Live with Mimi and Russ.
Hey, friends.
We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about green with envy, which means we're going to discuss emeralds, which are the birthstone for May and one of our favorite gemstones. And we're going to kind of compare those with another beautiful green stone called Savarite garnet, which is also one of our favorites because it like an emerald, is a rich, beautiful green color, but it's very, very durable. And they're quite unique and special as well.
We decided to do that, like you said. Emerald is May's birthstone. We have a birthday person here.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Russ and I'll go back to that, but Russ and I are celebrating our anniversary tomorrow, and then 2 days later is his birthday.
Which anniversary is it?
33rd.
No, it's what?
33. It's all right. Is that
You're so weird.
Is that
43 is coming up. 43.
No, it's not.
43, yeah. Well, our daughter's 33, so
That's true.
mean,
I don't know. I just am denial on the 10 years, right?
evidently,
I
yeah.
was in the bathroom.
She could never. She could never do it. Now she's going to lose it. Anyway, 43 years. I'll remind you again tomorrow because you'll forget.
I know. Sorry. So whenever we talk to clients about emeralds, the conversation always kind of segues into another gemstone, is Savarite garnet, which is a green garnet. The interesting thing about the two stones is emeralds have been mined since the history of time. It was Cleopatra's favorite gemstone. There's a lot of history, a lot of superstition, a lot of lore. Savarite garnets are newer to the world. They were discovered in 1970 by, what was his name? Campbell. What was his name? I saw his name earlier.
Can't remember.
Campbell, blah, blah, blah.
He was actually killed on an expedition too.
Yes. So it's interesting. Savarite garnets don't grow big crystals like emeralds do. If you do find a big one in like a 3 or 4 carat range, they're very, very expensive. I don't know if we ever even seen one that big.
Yeah, I have. Up in a few.
Okay. So
we've got some pretty ones though. They're small.
We have some beautiful loose emeralds. Russ is going to show you some traditional loose emeralds. He's got some interesting other emerald items he's going to show you. We've got the Savarite garnets, and we've got 6 items that we're going to show at the end to sell. So we'll see. We've got, you're getting some happy birthdays.
Well, appreciate that.
Sue says, happy birthday, Russ. Happy anniversary to us. Thank you.
How many years?
43.
Okay, remember that.
Tracy says hello. So we thank y'all for joining us tonight. It's started off kind of gloomy in Raleigh, but the sun came out.
Still going to be weird tonight, they say.
Is
Pretty
it?
bad weather, yeah.
The sun came out this afternoon, and it makes me so happy when the sun is out. So Russ and I will be cutting out for a few days to celebrate our anniversary and his birthday at that salty place that we like to go to.
Exactly. A little salt air always helps, doesn't it?
But last week was such a busy week. We had, between Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, and graduation, last week was crazy. We had such a busy week. I think one day we ate lunch at like 5:15.
Yeah.
We were just going. So today's been a little bit quieter, but he still has a lot of deadlines, and it's
just finished a beautiful piece today.
He did.
Oh my gosh.
The customer, the client has to see it first and get permission before we can show it. But we might have some pictures to show you. We just set a huge, big cushion cut lavender sapphire that we actually had recut. We have a cutter here, is one of the really a world-renowned cutter who lives here in Raleigh. He's won several awards for his cutting skills, and he recut this stone for us, and it's beautiful. We designed a ring around the new stone, and we'll hopefully be showing that to you. Maybe
I'm hoping he doesn't pick it up.
It's definitely in our Hall of Fame either way.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Stunning, it really is. It came out really,
Lavender
really nice.
sapphire, so
It had a lot of time and love put into it.
hopefully we can talk about it next week.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're talking about emeralds and green, and where stones come from. As Mimi mentioned, they keep discovering stones in different places, new stones and new type varieties. But emeralds typically are really found all over the world. We have a chart. I don't know if Gabrielle's got the picture that I sent her. I will show you. It's kind of a synopsis of all the different color emeralds kind of variations of tones and where they come from. I thought it was very interesting. I saw this on one of the jewel sites that I'm on, and it's very interesting to see. And these are not showing you the highest quality stones, but it kind of shows you the tones. There's various things that may make the green one color green or another, whether it's bluish or whether it's yellow or what the tone
The
is.
trace elements.
The trace elements, yeah, in different parts of the world are different, so you'll have various colors. The more rare stones, the more preferred, I guess, the top of the line stones typically were from Colombia. And there's stones found in India, they're not quite as nice. Brazil's also another source, and a few years back, they discovered stones in Africa, mostly Mozambique and in that area.
Zambia.
In Zambia. And those stones also now being very prized. They're similar in color. Lots of those stones are similar in color to the Colombian stones, and they're not quite as expensive because they're not quite as rare. The Colombian stones have been mined, as Mimi said earlier, for centuries, and they're not finding as many as they used to. So you're starting to see other areas like the Mozambique stones becoming more valuable than the Zambian stones.
Yeah, we have dealers talking about the mines that have closed in Brazil.
And I just got quite a few emeralds recently. I love emeralds, especially when you have beautiful ones. A lot of stores, you'll see them, they're kind of cloudy, they're kind of fuzzy looking, they're green, but they don't have any life to them. And I always want gemstones that have life and have beauty. People that know me and shop with us know that I'm very particular. And I want to show you a few stones loose that we just got to give you an idea. These are Zambian stones, beautiful ovals, incredible green, nice tone. These look a lot like the Colombian stones, and these are not nearly as expensive as the Colombians either. But we've got these loose stones, and I got several other ones. We've probably got maybe, I don't know, a dozen or 15 really nice emeralds right now. So
If you showed me these and didn't tell me they were Zambian, I would guess they were South American.
yeah, but it's nothing wrong with saying they're Zambian. But
No, it's not.
they're
The
just-
color, this
they're
color is
incredible.
incredible.
that actually is some of the best color I've seen on emeralds in a
Some
long
of that
time.
we've had in the past have been maybe a little more, like if you're doing watercolors and
Hey,
you
Louis.
put more water in it, a little more diluted, a little more lighter in color. So, all right, he's got.
Now
tapping me over here.
here's your classic emerald cut. We're doing a 3-stone ring. I'll let Mimi show you the ring in a minute. Well, you can let it ring in there with it. We're doing a classic 3-stone, except instead of having emerald cuts on the side of the emerald cut emerald, I'm using radiant cuts. Radiant cuts are the shape of emerald cuts. However, they have 40-some facets extra that the emerald cuts don't. Instead of having the flashes, they have twinkles like rounds. So with that beautiful emerald, I wanted something a little bit sparklier, so I'm using radiant cuts as the side stones. So this is going to be a unique specimen, a beautiful ring. Again, a classic 3-stone, but doing something a little bit different with it. We did a Euro shank, which is the squared off bottom, and I also did a split shank to give it something a little bit more unique, so just a plain thin shank, because they tend to be a little top heavy with big stones. So that kind of counterbalances on the bottom, and also that split shank up top gives it more surface to sit on the finger better. It just looks prettier. It's different. It's not
You've got the
ordinary.
white gold for the diamonds,
Platinum.
and yellow gold. So.
And then the 18-karat yellow really accents that beautiful, rich, deep green emerald right there.
And I'm gonna tell you, he is so excited about this ring, so I can't wait to get it finished.
I gotta get it set. I do. Now, just to show you something a little funky and a little fun, these are really cool. We just got these. These are actually Colombian emeralds, but they're slabs, meaning they're crystals that they find that really aren't worthy of cutting for gemstones to facet like we were just showing you. So these are just kind of fun specimens to show you the variations in colors in them, and they kind of cut them in slabs, kind of free form. That's the actual shape of the crystal as it grows, but they just slice them. And then we're just going to make some little gold frames with these and make some earrings out of it. We got a couple we're working on. We're working on some for a customer, and these are some that I bought for us to make something with because I liked them. I think they're really
This
cool.
one is just a little more organic, different, like you said, fun and funky.
Yeah, those had a real deep, rich color. And here's the other pair we got. These we're making for a customer. So we're going to do a really cool earring with these right here. I'm very excited about it. We've already come up with the design, and we're going to be building them soon.
So if you look at these slices, you can see the inclusions, and that's the one big difference between emerald which is scientifically beryl, B-E-R-Y-L. And interesting enough, aquamarine is also beryl, but they've gotten different. The emeralds get chromium when they're growing. But you can see the inclusions. Emeralds are considered a type 2 gemstone when I did my gemology course. And what that means is it's natural for you to see what they call the jardiniere or the garden.
Says they're the inclusions, doesn't
It
it?
does, but the jardiniere has a lot of benefits as a gemologist. I'm real happy to see the jardiniere because I can look at the natural inclusions and know that it's a naturally formed stone. That's another difference in emeralds and savarite garnets. Emeralds, there are
Put those back in the box. Put them down for a second.
Okay.
No, put them back in the box, in the
Okay.
light box.
there are lab-grown emeralds that are in the market. There are no lab-grown savarite garnets available because they're so new. I mean, 50 years in the jewelry industry. so-
Now, those are Colombian slabs. Look how fun they are. Notice it has that dark area in the middle because the way it grows. Now I've got something really cool. Here is, I'm assuming, one of those crystals that is really super nice. If you notice, it's a rich, solid, beautiful green, which that Colombian emerald normally is, but it has the black, like black waves or striations going through it that are balanced. I've never seen a stone like this in my entire
The
life.
color's gorgeous.
The color's fantastic. It's a collector's piece. It's very rare, very unique. So if you want something really special, this is a cool piece. This make a great ring.
Have you priced any of these items
No,
for those inquiring minds out there?
no, you'll have to check back with us.
Okay.
That we just literally just got this stone, and I love it. I think it's fantastic.
So I've always loved emeralds because Russ's birthday is in May, my birthday's in April, and I think emeralds and diamonds are so beautiful together.
Yes, they
I
are.
was looking through my jewelry though, ironically, I used to have an emerald and diamond ring.
Oh, here we go. Is that a hint? We do need to do a nice emerald piece.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay, you
All
got
right.
anything else for show and tell?
No, okay, we're good on the emeralds right now. Again, we do have a lot of beautiful loose emeralds. We don't have a lot of mounted emeralds. We don't have a lot of pieces. You know, we have a few pieces that we design and make for stock to have things that are ready for customers that are kind of classic or things we think would be a fun gift. But as special as the emeralds are we buy, we typically don't do a whole lot of mountings until we have a customer who wants to come in and sit down and just design something around those
Yeah,
stones. But
we'll show you some pictures here in
Yeah.
just a bit of some designs we've done. Typically, let's talk about oiling emeralds and the treatments on these gemstones.
most colored gemstones are treated in some way. Most all of them are heat treated. They slowly heat them up to really over 1,000 degrees, and what that does, it brings out color or it solidifies colors in a lot of stones. Emeralds tend to be a little more porous, I guess is the best word. They have fractures. They have areas that are open,
And it makes it fragile.
which makes it fragile. It makes it more included. And since the dawn of time, they figured out they can actually put oil. They inject oil into some pressure, and it keeps the emerald stronger. It makes it look better, makes it brighter and cleaner. Also, in the last, say, 20 or 30 years, they've had some other processes. One, I believe, is called optichrome, where they actually kind of glass fill it, or they fill it with a resin. And there's a couple new things like that they came out with. But the purists and people that really, I think, love emeralds go back to they'd rather have an old emerald, have that oil in it instead of these other chemicals, because they're kind of new. They don't know what's going to happen, and sometimes they come
They
out.
might be more unstable.
Yeah, oils tend to stay pretty well.
But you buy that and you understand how to take care of it
You
after
have to
that.
take care of
So
the emerald.
any emerald that comes into the studio here, we would never ever put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. We would never ever
No dog.
steam it. Steam it. You have to just treat them like babies. The contrast with savarite garnets is that they're, like we said, they're more internally clear, very few inclusions, and they don't have to be treated. They literally come out of the ground. These, and we'll show you some just beautiful green. We talk to a lot of customers about their lifestyle when they want to have an emerald or just something green. You know, what's your lifestyle? Or do you work outdoors? Do you work out? Or are you rough with your jewelry? we have to take a lot of that into consideration. And I will be honest in saying that oftentimes we sway people towards the Savorite garnets for accent color versus emeralds because they're clearer, they're not treated, they're a little more durable.
They're definitely more durable,
And
a lot more
at the
durable.
bench, he would much rather set a Savorite garnet at the bench than he would an emerald. So we'll show you some pictures when we've done some emerald engagement rings, and we have to let the clients know this is how you take care of it. Yes, you want to insure the ring, and Russ tries to design the ring in consideration of, we don't want anything to happen down the line, but if the stone breaks, you need to be able to get a new one back into the mounting. So,
Exactly. Well, let's just
see
kind of
what
go
you
through.
wanna talk about.
Let's go through a few things real quick. Here's one we did quite a long time
you're
ago.
like, I don't know what to pick.
I know. Oh, this is a little bit, just a classic kind of a nice emerald, beautiful clean stones you can see right there. We did just a classic halo. And again, a little something different with the shank, and then
And you love 18 karat yellow gold.
Oh, yeah.
With emeralds.
typically, even the prong should have been yellow, but we didn't do it with this particular ring. This was one we designed and built about 2 years ago, I guess it was.
That didn't stay here very long.
No, the first person saw it bought it. We did, again, 18 karat gold shank, and we did the baguettes kind of going down the side with a little subtle taper to them. And really nice, solid, heavy feeling ring with a little bit of style.
Those diamonds were cut to be a set of 3 on either side.
Yep.
We bought them like that.
Then
Snowstones.
as Mimi was saying, here's a beautiful pear-shaped diamond. Those are actually Savorite garnets, so you can kind of see the bright, beautiful green that they have, very similar to emerald. This has, I kind of call it more of a pine green, kind of a little deeper blue-green sometimes that
I
you'll
think
see.
the color shows differently in the trillions.
They do. You got a light box too.
Yeah.
Here was a fun ring. This was something we did not too long ago. Again, had a radiant cut diamond, kind of opposite of what we were just showing you the ring we're making. We have radiance on the side of an emerald, but here's a large radiant cut diamond turned sideways. And we put the matched pair of natural emeralds. These were also Zambian stones.
I love that ring.
And bezel set it kind of a little framed around the outside of the stone, not the inside, so the stones are tucked close to each other. This is a great ring because it protects the stones. It's easy to wear, never pick or snag.
I like it's modernized the way you turn the radiant to the east and west orientation.
Again, like pear shapes, here's another cool ring. This was a customer's stone she had, and she had the emerald cut in the middle, and she had the 2 baguettes that you see on the outside. We added the half moons and did it on this double shank or this double ring. You can kind of see it's actually like a 2-piece, and kind of made it something more of a statement piece than a classic 3-stone with a little thin ring. She wanted something beefier, so that's what we came up with.
You're so cute. You talk about all of these like they're your children.
They kind of are. Going to
Right.
Paradise, we'll go to that one. There you go.
Okay.
Good friend of ours, his son called me up. He was in New York and said, I need an emerald engagement ring. And we got talking about it, and he wanted something a little bit more unique, more artsy and
Very specific.
how he wanted it mounted. So we talked about a few things, and this is what we came up with. And she's been wearing this now for, I guess, 3 or 4 years and really
And
enjoyed it.
this stone was significant to her in the high carat yellow gold. It was a cultural choice.
Yes.
And
It's
we
22
did
karat gold.
we did talk to him about insuring that ring and building it so if anything happens, it can be restored.
Yeah, try to protect it. You see, typically you don't put that 5-prong configuration that way, but we wanted to protect the stone a little bit, so we did that with it. Now, let's switch over to this pretty guy right here. Another beautiful emerald. This was a cushion cut. We put rounds on the
I love
side.
that ring.
And again, 2-tone. We made the main ring was all yellow, and we floated the round stones on the side, again, in platinum. So that really gives it a nice distinguished look. Similar ring again. This is done with trapezoids on the side with the emerald cut emerald in the center. Again, there's that split shank again. We even, because we use the trapezoids, we split the shank even on the trap so it wouldn't look so heavy. We wanted to kind of keep a delicate wire look to this ring. One more I'll show you here. Whoops, wrong one. This was really a cool piece here. This was a very large emerald that the customer had. She wanted to do something a little more unique with it because it was big and wanted to protect it. So we bezeled this ring, and we did this kind of a little bit of like a bypass design. And it came out really, really nice. And what we did also to make it easier to set, it did have a lot of inclusions and things, as you can kind of see. We didn't want to put any pressure on it. So we actually designed this ring where I slid the stone in the back and then I welded it in place. So we didn't have to hammer on it in any
It was
way.
smart. My anxiety goes up a little bit just looking at that.
Mine too.
Knowing the properties and a lot of times gemstones go through a lot more duress on the jeweler's bench than they do in real life.
Yep. All right, one of the last little fun piece we'll show you. This is one of our Caplini rings. This particular lady had her birthday in May, and she liked diamonds. She had some diamonds already, and so we kind of came up with our Caplini design for her, mixed in the emeralds and her diamonds, and made a fun, playful two-tone ring. So that came out nice.
Okay, so we thank you. There's some people hopping on. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We don't see the comments on YouTube on my monitor. If you have any questions about any of these green gemstones, we're talking about emeralds specifically tonight because it's the birthstone for May. We have the birthday boy here. But through our experience, we do a lot with Savarite garnets.
Since you don't know how long I've been married, I guess you don't know how old I am either. So if you'll just put me 10 or 20 years younger, I'll be fine with that.
Okay, I'll work on that. Unfortunately, I know your name, your social security, your login to .gov and everything. So I remember that. I don't know. I'm just in denial that we've been married that long. It's been blissful.
I was wondering if people would come up with
Don't
something.
take it the wrong way. It's blissful. I was going to just give you a little bit more history about these stones too. We mentioned Campbell Bridges. We had a connection through, he was a gemologist. We had a company we used to work with, and they did a lot with Campbell Bridges, but he discovered the Savarite garnet in 1967. He was in East Africa, and I always tell everybody my first cadence that Russ made me has Savarite garnets and tanzanite because those are from their East African stones, and that's
both from the Savo Valley, right?
Yes. So it's Tsavorite. It's Tsavo is the valley, the Savo Valley. That is the base of Mount Kilimanjaro. It's a very broad area in Kenya and then down into Tanzania.
Beautiful gemstone area.
Campbell Bridges discovered the Savarite garnet in 1967. The mines there were doing really well, and sadly, he was murdered at the mine by some greedy miners. But he really brought a beautiful stone to the market for us, and he had quite an impact on the jewelry and gemology world. The mines there in Kenya and Tanzania are very small. They have found a few stones in Madagascar. I didn't know that till I did my research today, but I think every gemstone is in Madagascar if you can just get there and dig it up.
The African continent's got
which is
everything.
off of Kenya. It broke off of Kenya, so that would make sense. Like I mentioned, Savarites grow smaller. We don't see them as big as natural emeralds. Emeralds have been mined for thousands of years. There's major sources, including Colombia. Their Muzo mine was the most famous. We could look at an inclusion. So if you can imagine that this pin is like a capsule shape, there would be a crystal and maybe a water inclusion. They call them three-part inclusions. So emeralds are really cool because as a gemologist, if you know the mines, you can look at the little teeny inclusions inside the stone and figure out what mine it came from. I don't know any other gemstones that's like that in the world that identifying. He mentioned Zambia. That's really just had a great source of emeralds going into the market since the Colombian stones are not as prevalent as they used to be. Let's see, let me just read my
Excuse me.
Okay, Campbell Bridges' family famously fought the illegal miners in Africa trying to bring these things to market. So
That's
was
probably
a-
what got him killed, actually.
well, it was a contentious area because at the same time, couple was trying to build a national park around Kilimanjaro in an effort to save the elephants specifically, but the wildlife. So there was a lot that was going against the tribal people of that area. So it was, symbolism. Emerald is a storied gem of antiquity. Was revered by ancient Egyptians. Like I mentioned, Cleopatra famously adored emeralds.
A lot of the Indian, the Moguls and the Maharajas and all those guys, I mean, if you'll see a lot of the wealthy, even today, a lot of the wealthy Indian people have massive emerald pieces.
Oh my goodness.
They've got some beautiful pieces.
I wish we thought about this, Gabrielle. We've seen on some of the award shows. Just wasn't that recently those
monster.
I mean,
multi-stone.
like a shoe-sized emerald on it recently at one of the award shows.
Yeah, crazy size.
But legends claim that emeralds heal your eyes. They've got all this lore about it protecting evil, and like I said, it's not so much with Severites because it's a newer stone, but people have related Severites to compassion, to inspiration, that type of thing. So color stones are interesting because people connect with them. They have meaning and just inspiration and ahas with the color. So, all right, what else were you going to show, Mr. Brogan?
That's all I've got tonight.
Okay,
You have a few things you wanted to show tonight.
we
so-
do.
so-
We have 6 items that we're going to show to sell on our text to pay technology. We are not doing a carrots to cocktails.
Oh, just one thing to
segment
show.
tonight.
One last thing. Show them
One
how
last
pretty
thing.
this is.
I pulled that off your bench.
Yeah, those are some beautiful Savorite garnets. We got it paired with some really
Put
nice
the light box on.
nice garnets. That's really. I'm gonna do a little drop earring with those. Something that's got some motion to it.
So here's some emeralds we're gonna show that we're putting on the selling tonight. But these are emeralds, the pair, and these are Savorite garnets. So you can just see side by side how close they are.
Those are great Savorites. Those two
Yeah.
pairs.
They're pretty.
I've got some nice ones. Really do. Lots of nice ones.
You know what's sad? The only green thing I had out of my whole jewelry collection to put on was a peridot ring. All right, so let's show you some
That's the
jewelry.
second hint you've thrown about
Oh
emeralds.
my, whew, you're catching them like a
No,
bluefish
I'm
out there.
I'm letting them pass right by. I'm ducking.
Okay, so you need to know our number for if you were interested in buying anything tonight. We have this safe text to pay technology, and you need to know our phone number, which is 919-900-8462. Put us in your contacts, and you will, if you're interested in buying an item tonight, you will text a secure link, and you'll do the payment and come back to the show. If you want to come in tomorrow and check out some items, we will have people here. We'll have warm carbon units here that can help you. I'm not sure if I will be here, but somebody will be here. So, all right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
All right. Item number 1. This is a natural emerald pendant. And Russ, actually, I think you had bought this as a pair.
It was a pair. Somebody needed one, so we
yeah.
decided to break it apart.
2 pear shapes emeralds, so we were going to do earrings, but someone wanted us to do a necklace, so
Good customer friend of ours. He
Yeah.
needed. That's what he
Russ-
had to have. So.
Russ set this up in a yellow gold head, so I'll put this in the light box so you can see it.
Simple, classic, pretty little pendant.
It is pretty. It's a great size. I just threw it on this random chain, but it's just a nice size, a little finishing touch. If you wanted to layer it with other necklaces, it's a perfect size for that. But the color of the pendant is the star of the necklace. So let me move this back a little bit. And I think pear shapes are so pretty. I think most people associate emerald cuts for emeralds, but I love seeing the pear shape. That's why I love that engagement ring we did with that big pear shaped emerald.
That was pretty much the way they cut them originally, were that emerald cut shape. Because I guess that's where the crystals grew. And back in the old days, they didn't have the modern, technical ways to cut them. They realized they were so fragile they would break. I guess they minimal cut them. So that's what they were doing with them. It's easy to block it off, and they were beautiful stones.
So Russ set this here. This is a pear-shaped natural emerald. It's a little bit over half a carat. It's a 0.58. If you know somebody who has a May birthday or a May anniversary, that would make a lovely present for someone.
Yes, it would.
This is item number 1, and we are selling. This is the pendant. The chain is just for display. That, you know what that chain is? That's actually a chain you gave me when we first started dating when I was 16.
Wow.
I pulled it out of my jewelry bag right before we came on. So, oh look, Jay Langley's on here from Honduras. I wish I was there with you, JJ. Hope you are having some good bubble blowing and eating lobsters. So anyway, this is item number 1, and tonight, special price for this natural emerald. This is available for $995. So if you are interested in
the color
buying
is
this,
phenomenal on the stone too. It's beautiful, it really is.
we didn't mention there's no additional sales tax on Shop Live items, and we will ship for free. So $9.95, not a penny more. And if you're interested, you would text item 1 sold to the number that we mentioned earlier, and we'll put it aside. It is everything tonight is a one of a kind.
All right.
Yep.
Item 2 is
Okay.
what?
All right, item number 2, one of my favorite artisans from the silver collection, Gabriel Pena. He has such an eye for color, and he loves to pair similar colored stones. These are raw apatite, which that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Apatite. It's actually kind of a soft gemstone.
Very soft. Yeah.
They're perfect for earrings, though. It's perfect. You wouldn't want to really wear one in a ring, but the color is gorgeous. They almost look like beautiful Caribbean water.
They
Gabriel
really
has
gorgeous colors.
a light box picture
These are
of
fun.
this. These are accented with green tourmaline, so you've got green on green. And these are sterling silver made by Gabriel Pena. He's an artisan in Taxco, and most everything we get from him is one of a kind. Hand bezels, those organic stones, which I would think there's got to be some. I would be scared to do that. Anyway,
Yeah, I didn't break them.
I know. I was going to say crunching, but I don't know if that was the right word. So these are $150, and they are available. Item number 2, you would text item 2 sold, and these can be yours. The Gabriel Pena earrings. You've got your friend Billy Corbett's on. Hey, Billy.
Hey, that's a Carolina color, Billy. You should buy those for your
We
wife.
hadn't seen him since Christmas, and Clonette is on. So I guess Clonette's in town. She's always moving around having fun. All right, item number 3, we are going to show another Gabriel Pena piece. This is
That's a fun piece. I love that piece.
This is, I think, probably the most organic piece we've had from him. These are green tourmalines. We've got peridots. Some are smooth cabochons. Some are still done in the rough organic form. I'll put this in the light box so you can see it. This, I've got a really special price on this one tonight. But you can see how beautiful it's just tone on tone. You've got the bracelet with the adjustable toggle catch. So that'll fit a 7 or 8 inch wrist. We can always change that catch out if you don't like toggles. This bracelet, I cut the tag off on. This retails, yesterday would have cost you $659. And tonight I'm offering this for $329.50.
Wow.
So this is item number 3. And if you would like to purchase this tonight, you would text item 3 sold to 919-900-8462.
That's a great spring bracelet. Looks very,
Yeah.
like the leaves coming out on the trees,
Like-
different colors.
I know, I like the shapes of it. Some of his pieces, the stones are so big. This one was really nice.
Yeah.
And actually, the last time the curator came back, she really didn't have much of his work. He's not producing so much as he was before. They're really kind of slowing down.
Yeah.
Down there in Taxco. All right, the next item. It didn't print the pictures for me, so I have to look. All right, I'm gonna let Russ tell you about this one. This is one of my favorite green gemstones. This is an indicolite. So you want to talk a little bit about that, Russ?
This is an indicolite tourmaline. Indicolite means basically it's a blue-green tourmaline. It has more of a bluish tone, a teal tone, than it does that green, that rich green.
But that's one of the rarest colors in
The
that
rarest,
family.
yeah. And I love they grow in elongated crystals like this typically, and that's why they cut them kind of long.
Long and slender.
But I love it. They're just very elegant. I've got a beautiful necklace also that I just recently did with those. Earrings I recently did with those. And I just got another smaller pair that are really incredible as well. But it's a great color. It's something you don't see very often, but teals are beautiful, and that's a great tone.
It's got a lot of blue in the body color,
Yeah.
so I think it has a lot of appeal.
It's just a simple classic pendant with one little diamond accent. Nothing fancy, but just very elegant. It'd be a conversation piece because somebody's going to go, wow, that's really cool color. That's a cool stone. I've never seen one like that. Because of the length and because of the color.
So we've got a natural diamond to accent it. Like if you saw our post on Instagram this week, it's like we have one client who always says, just add a little diamond to it. Add a little sprinkle of diamond. So I think that's a beautiful contrast. The 14 karat yellow gold is beautiful. Russ had to custom make this mounting because he's explaining.
Not standard.
Yeah, they're slender, not conventional cut size stones. So this is for the pendant. This it didn't print the retail prices beside it, so I'm sorry. I'm throwing in the chain on this one. The chain that we're showing it, the pendant and the chain are $2,200. So I'm basically giving you a free chain on this one.
And that chain today is probably about $600, so that's a
It's
great deal.
probably $800.
The hole's crazy.
This is item number 4, the indicolite tourmaline and custom made pendant, and this is $2,200. We only have one of these. It took you a long time to make that too, didn't it? It's beautiful. I love that. I have an indicolite somewhere I want you to put into something. All right, we've got 2 more items on our TexPay technology, so I thought I'd throw some loose stones in. I had put these in the light box just a bit ago.
That would be fantastic earrings or a big, beautiful oval diamond in the center and put those emeralds on either side. So if you were a birthday in May or you got married in May, that's a great combination. And if you happen to be born in April like Mimi, have your diamond in the middle. So you got everything going on.
That's right. You married the best girl in May, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. That's what you tell me.
That's what I tell you. So these are a match pair. They were obviously cut at the same time. These are a carat 35 total weight. These are 7 by 5. So
Beautiful color and a great size.
it's a great size for side stones, great size for earrings. We could make all kinds of lovelies with that. But at this price, it'd be great for you to scoop these up.
You know what also look good with that? A big yellow diamond.
Oh, yeah.
Oval, about a 3 karat yellow oval diamond would look great with that.
So these regularly are about $2,800. I knocked $300 off tonight. We really just bought these. Haven't had them too long. I'm offering these for $2,500
Which is
tonight.
a great, great value. These are,
$2,500.
the color and the clarity on these are great.
So what are the dealers telling you about emeralds and pricing?
Emeralds are going crazy, rubies are going crazy, and sapphires. The big 3, as we like to call them. They're highly sought after. They're not mining as much as they were. And everybody's economy seem to be kind of a quagmire right now with all kinds of crazy mess. But
Nothing's normal.
the mines they're not producing as much as they used to, it seems like. And a lot of the countries, Thailand especially, they're kind of hoarding the quality gemstones because their economy's not doing well. So they're kind of hoarding them and making the prices go up because they want to get American dollars. So they're kind of seeing prices increase that way as well because of controls that people are putting on them. But you can't go wrong when you buy a beautiful emerald. You can't go wrong ruby or sapphire.
Cleopatra was happy with it.
So
good for her.
You
good
can
for us.
enjoy it and wear it and hand it down to somebody, or if you ever need to sell it, they do have value. So there you go.
All right, our last item we're going to show you on our TexPay purchasing is very unusual stone. It's called azurite. It's not anything I studied in my gemology, my graduate gemology, but I think this is beautiful. It's organic. It has the blue and green. It's a natural stone.
It's very cool.
And this is
It's almost like opal. It looks a lot like an opal.
it does look a lot like opal. I think it reminds me of what the earth looks like from the moon,
Yeah.
kind of. But it's very organic. Those colors have a lot of appeal. So I wanted to show you this. This is Manuel Figueroa with his signature texture border on this, handmade in Texaco. And this pendant, let's see.
It also has an adjustable chain, which is very cool. You can slide it and adjust the length on it.
Yeah, I can throw that one's separately priced from the pendant.
Yeah.
The pendant retails for $550. I have this a special price tonight for $275. We can talk about the chain. This is a nice snake chain with the adjustable back, but we have lots of chains here. You can pick out a
Definitely.
chain.
Definitely.
All right. And then one last item we're going to show you. This is not on the catalog. If you're interested in any of these items, Gabrielle's texted the link. You can tap that. It'll show you the details, pictures, and the pricing on items tonight, and they'll be good through Monday. We'll put this in the light box.
This is an oldie but goodie.
Yeah.
This is part of so from our estate collection. This piece we actually sold back in the 90s, late
We
90s,
did,
early
yeah.
2000s, and we've got it back. Charles Crapel was a designer. He started in the 80s, about the same time as German, and we kind of helped get them both off the ground and running. And we did a lot with Charles Crapel, and this was a sweet little series of pendants he did. He did them as ruby, emerald, sapphire, and emerald. And we have this emerald one back. It's just really a lovely piece. The stones are beautiful. They're nice quality. And I think he did a nice job with the design. Just that one little diamond accent kind of offset. So it's unique.
It's very sweet. If you like hearts and you're a May person, that would be a great piece. I don't even know if you've priced this yet. This is in the estate collection.
No, we haven't. That's why you kind of grabbed it. We just recently got it. We're in the process now of checking in quite a few estate pieces. So if you like estate jewelry, you might want to set an appointment up here in the next few weeks and take a look at the new pieces we have.
Okay.
Right?
And next week, guess what we're celebrating? Another milestone. 3rd year anniversary of Shop Live with Mimi and Russ.
Wow.
So
3 years, really?
yeah, so birthdays, anniversaries, and
We hadn't been arrested yet. It's pretty good.
not yet. So you showed all your goodies.
Goodies for tonight. Yep, we ran a little bit longer than we were thinking we were, but we get excited talking about emeralds. They are beautiful gemstones. If you appreciate emeralds and you want to see some beautiful ones, we have a nice collection right now.
We do.
And we have access to anything you want as well. If you want something very large, very rare, we can get that too. Also, come check out the Savorite garnets. See how beautiful Savorite garnets are. They look fantastic as jewelry, and they're also collectible. So there you go.
Okay.
Anything else?
I guess that's it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And again, check out the website and see what we do. If you're just joining us for the first time, we do custom jewelry. We help people repurpose their jewelry. We have a lot of beautiful gemstones and diamonds, and we can sit down with you and have some fun and have a glass of wine or a drink and come up with some kind of great piece of jewelry that you'll love and cherish and hopefully hand down to someone one day and they can enjoy it. So join us next week for Shop Live with Mimi and Russ. We greatly appreciate you joining us. Have a blessed week.
And happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Happy anniversary.
Good night.
Good night.